Good morning everyone, a very warm welcome to my channel. I hope you are all really well. Today I'm going to finally film a what I'm eating in a day following Slimming World. I've been saying for a while that I'm going to film more of these and I've actually filmed less. I don't think I've put one of these out definitely since probably just before surgery, so it's been a long time coming. I am now 1 month and 1 day post surgery, and where I said I was having issues with my lymph nodes healing up, that's now completely healed up and is great. So I've just got this like lymphedema fluid, which is definitely uncomfortable, but I'm trying to eat for health really. I'm just trying to really build myself up in preparation for radiotherapy. I don't know when that's going to start yet, but I think it's going to start in about 3 weeks time. So I'm just really trying to concentrate. I have got a thick jumper on and this kind of loungewear fleece, which is really warm, but oh my gosh, it's so cold this morning. It's like, I think it's -1. And yeah, it's a bit, you might be able to tell the grass is a bit crispy. Anyway, the kids have gone to school, my husband's gone to work. He normally works at home, but he's gone in the office. He's in the office quite a few days this month, and it's actually quite nice. It's quite a treat to have a quiet house. It just never happens. And I've got a little bit of a cold as well, which I've picked up from the others. They were all absolutely floored with a cold last week, and I was just prancing around the house all cocky because I hadn't got it, convinced it was because of all the foods and probiotics and things that I'm eating, and now I have got it, although I have only got it mildly, whereas they were absolutely my husband was absolutely full of it, and don't I know it as well. Oh my days. Speaking of my husband, I've got my ring back. You may have seen on my Instagram, I finally got my ring, but my wedding ring is a completely different colour now. It needs to be replated because it's white gold. So anyway, I'm going to start my day with this probiotic apple cider vinegar. I bought this a few weeks back from like a local farm shop. I think you can get this anywhere though. I don't think this isn't actually made locally to me. Basically it's a live apple cider vinegar. It has something called live mother in it, and it's raw and unpasteurized, and it's meant to be extremely good for us. I have been taking 25 mils of this every morning, and I do actually feel better, but I couldn't tell you how. So I can't say it's down to this, but you know, since my cancer diagnosis, I've just kind of added a few little extra bits into my diet that just make me feel better about the fact they're in my diet. Whether or not they're going to help me or not, I don't know. But yeah, I just thought it can't hurt. It was $6.95 for the bottle, and I've kind of really stopped drinking alcohol now. So I kind of thought, well, it's the equivalent of a bottle of wine, and this lasts a really long time because I only have 25 mils a day. I read the reviews on this, so I bought it on a whim, and then I read the reviews when I got home, because there's loads of reviews online, and everyone was like, oh, it's really nice, it's the nicest flavour that I've tried, and I've never tried apple cider vinegar before, so I've not got anything to compare it to. I have found the knack of how to drink this now, so I literally put warm water into a glass. It does have to be really quite warm, so I boil the kettle and then I just top the glass up with cold water just to make it warm, but it does have to be quite warm for me to tolerate this. Then I tip the 25 mils in. I use my gin measurer to measure that out. And yeah, then I just give it a really good stir. There are like bits in it, and apparently that is the live bacteria. And we really need to drink that. So they do say I've seen it somewhere not to fish it out. But yeah, anyway, I kind of hold my breath as I drink it. The flavour is actually, the flavour's all right. It does taste of like apples, but it's when it hits your throat, it is proper vinegar. It's like drinking your salt and vinegar whatever. So yeah, I would say it isn't nice, but you know, if there's a chance that it's benefiting my health, then I'm going to stick with it. Anyway, I'll stop waffling on because this isn't an ad or anything, but I just thought I would share it because, you know, it's just something that I'm having in my day, and it gives me a glass of water first thing in the morning. So it's by the company Willie's, and it's organic probiotic live apple cider vinegar with live mother. That's what it looks like. It's like I'm making a cocktail first thing in the morning. Okay, she's ready. Oh, here goes. Oh. Am I selling it to you? I feel like you're going to really want to go out and buy some of this after watching my video. The flavour is actually all right. When you actually stop holding your breath, the flavour's nice. It's just when it first goes down your throat, you know you're drinking vinegar. It's the weirdest thing. But then it doesn't massively taste of vinegar when you taste it. So it isn't that bad, but it's just the first, like when you're drinking it, is bad. It's really bad. But then I don't really like vinegar that much. Oh gosh, right, so if I have sold it to you, and you do go and buy yourself a bottle, just to say as well, I will actually buy another bottle of this when it's finished. It's actually nearly finished now. But yeah, you do need to dilute it. You can't just shot it. Apparently it is too strong for that. You do have to dilute it. Although the serving suggestions on the bottle is 25 ml in a smoothie or fresh juice. That just wouldn't work for me. I have tried this in my lemon and ginger tea and it just absolutely ruined it. It is one of these things that you definitely need to kind of get it down as quickly as possible. 25 ml warm water, honey and lemon. No, it doesn't work. Mixed with olive oil for a salad dressing. Not out of the question. But again, I would rather use balsamic. And then the recommended daily dose is 25 ml, which is what I put in the glass. I suppose I could dilute it further, put it over 2 glasses, but I just want to be honest, I just want to get it down and be done with it. So that's done. I'm going to get a big glass of water now, squash, just to try and dilute everything. I'm not really hungry, so I'm not going to have breakfast. I might have a lemon and ginger tea. So yeah, let's get this day going. It's now 9 o'clock. I've just made a coffee using a Americano coffee pod in my Tassimo machine. They are sin-free. And then I've just used 100 ml of the Alpro coconut no sugars plant-based milk. This is out of my Healthy Extra A choice. You can have 400 ml of this as one Healthy Extra A. So I've got 300 ml left in my first A choice. I'm also going to have a Yakult. These are 2 sins each, and I like to drink these on an empty tummy. I normally have this with around about the time I have my lemon water, but I didn't this morning. So yeah, I'm going to have that with my coffee. So it's 10 now and I'm feeling hungry. I feel really under the weather, to be honest, with this cold, so I really fancy something warm and comforting. So I'm going to make a bowl of fruit-topped porridge. I've got 40 grams of these Tesco organic porridge oats, and that's my Healthy Extra B choice. And then I'm going to use about 140 ml of the Alpro coconut no sugars milk, and I'll take that out of my Healthy Extra A choice. So that's super hot and needs to just kind of like cool and thicken up a little bit. So I'm just going to add some frozen raspberries straight into this just to like start the cooling down process really. And then I'm going to add some of the Aldi Foodie Market ground flaxseed. So my cupboard, I've actually got this stuck on the inside of the door just to help me to stop having to keep scanning and working things out. So the flaxseed is 2 tablespoons for a healthy extra B, or 5.5 sins. So I'm going to just have 1 tablespoon, and then I'll call that 2.5 sins. I'll slightly over sin it. I'm more than happy to spend 2.5 sins on a tablespoon of flaxseed. So yeah, I'm going to pop that into my porridge. So that's the flaxseed in. Just give that a good mix up. And then I'm just going to top it with some more fruit. And so here is my finished porridge. I have got the 40 grams of porridge oats, which is my healthy B. I used 170 mils of the coconut milk out of my healthy extra A. So today I've used 270 mils out of my 400 mil allowance so far. Then I've got the tablespoon of flaxseed for 2.5 sins. And then I've topped it with some blueberries, blackberries, banana, and some pomegranate seeds. And yeah, that is going to be my, well, very late morning breakfast. Oh my goodness, it's nearly 12:30 now, and I'm still in this kind of like just got up kind of presentation situation. But to be honest, I think that is probably going to be the case now for the rest of the day. I'm probably just going to put my sunglasses on when I go on the school run, and yeah, just go as I am. Actually, part of my kind of self-care action plan was to get myself ready and presentable in the mornings, because it makes me feel better. But today, because I was feeling a bit rough this morning and it was just all a bit hectic, I chose not to. Anyway, I've just made another latte. I've used another Tassimo Kenko Americano pod and another 100 mils of coconut milk. So I'm now up to 370 mils of that. I'm probably now going to start, if I have any more, dipping into my next healthy extra A choice. But anyway, I've still got 30 mils left of my first one. So yeah, I absolutely love going to Costa. The camera is wobbling really badly, sorry. I love going to Costa and getting a medium coconut milk latte. It's my standard order. And yeah, I think it's about 6.5 sins. I'm not sure exactly. I mean, I am one for counting them as a healthy extra A, but I mean, technically you shouldn't do that. It's not officially, because I think the milk that they use is a different kind of milk as well, the barista one. But yeah, so technically I should count it as a sin. But obviously that does add up, and coming out of the hospital I've been pretty bad because we have 2 Costas in the hospital, and I have been popping in like after my appointments and scans and stuff. Luckily when I go for radiotherapy, the Costas are not at that side of the hospital, so I really should be able to just walk straight out and avoid them. But yeah, I've got a Tassimo Happy machine. I love my Tassimo. I got mine from Argos. I think they're about £35 to buy the machine. The pods are quite expensive, but I just order mine directly from the Tassimo website because I'm signed up with an account, and then periodically through the year they send me a discount. So their pods are a bit more expensive online than what you get in the shops, and very often in the shops you get like 2 packs for £8 or something. It makes them £4 a pack. But if you use the 30 or 35%, it varies, discount, it works out cheaper. So I do just like a bulk order and get my pods that way. So it just keeps me going, and it saves me a lot of money instead of just popping into Costa, because I am terrible for it. Even when I came round from my surgery, when I was in recovery, I was joking with the recovery nurse and I was like, oh, can anyone pop to Costa for me? I'm dying for a coffee. It was just really funny. So we're home from the school run now and I'm really hungry. This is a time of day where I've been really struggling the last couple of weeks, and it sent me off track a little bit. So I got a stack of the protein yogurts. I actually stopped eating these for quite a while, but I'm just going to have some in the fridge as a fallback option in case, like today, I'm really tempted to grab some bits that I shouldn't really have. So this is the salted caramel protein yogurt from Aldi. These are 2 sins for the salted caramel one, and I've got a sliced up apple out of the fridge to dip. So yeah, that's going to be my after school snack. I've just made a hot drink. I've gone for a hot chocolate. I've used 11 grams of this Options honeycomb flavour. And so I weighed out the 11 grams, and then I've added 30 ml of the Alpro coconut, which has completed my first healthy extra A choice. I'm unlikely to use the second one, but I've got the option if I need it. So yeah, this is 2 sins. It's dinner time, so I'm going to make some meatballs. I've got these ones from Aldi, the 12 skinny beef meatballs, because my family absolutely love them. They're half a sin for 3 meatballs. Then for seasonings, I'm going to use some smoked paprika, some crushed chilies, some oregano, and some garlic granules. I'm going to fry it in some avocado oil, which is 2 sins for a teaspoon. I've got a garlic clove because I'm going to crush that up, and I'm going to put that raw. I know this sounds awful. I'm going to put this raw on top of my dinner. It's something that I'm doing for my own health reasons. And then what I'll do is I'll make a sauce up using a red pepper, some chestnut mushrooms, and some spinach. And then I'll put that with like some chopped tomatoes and the seasoning and everything. I'm going to air fry the meatballs for 10 minutes, and then when they're finished the sauce will be ready and I can just tip them in. And then on the side I'm going to do some broccoli. This was news to me. I've started to buy organic broccoli because the difference is really noticeable. I went back to Aldi yesterday for the first time since before my surgery, and I discovered they do organic broccoli. I just had no idea. I was so impressed because it's still cheaper than what I'm paying in other supermarkets. So I was really pleased. And they also do organic carrots, which is something else that I noticed the difference. And I've been buying organic carrots since Christmas because the difference is really noticeable. So yeah, I was really pleased that Aldi are selling those. So on the side I'm going to do broccoli, carrots, and I've got a few sprouts that are in the bottom of the drawer that need using up. So I'm going to pop those in as well. Right, so I've got the red onion, red pepper and mushrooms all chopped up, and I've just popped a teaspoon of the avocado oil in the pan, and that's just heating up. So that's 2 sins, but that's going between 3 of us, so I'll just count 1 sin for mine. So I'm just going to saute off the vegetables, and then I've just added in some seasoning. So in here I've put the oregano, garlic salt, crushed chilies and smoked paprika. So I'm just letting that toast off for a little bit. Then I've added a tin of chopped tomatoes and some water, and I will just keep adding water as it sort of simmers and thickens up. And I've added some frozen peas in there as well. So I'm just going to let that all simmer away, and then I'll just put the meatballs in. The meatballs are cooked, they're done, they're in the air fryer. And yeah, so I'll just leave that for about 5 minutes. So I've lost track of where I actually got to. My health just goes mad. Around about the time when I'm about to dish up dinner, my boys always just go a bit balmy and they start kind of bickering and fighting, and it's just been a bit of a crazy night. But anyway, we had dinner, so I had the meatballs and some whole wheat pasta and some veg on the side. So I had broccoli, carrots and a couple of sprouts. I know that's random, but they just needed using up. They were in the fridge. And then I put the raw garlic on top. I know that is very random, and I'm not suggesting for a minute that you would want to do that, but it's just something that I'm doing for my own health, because a bit of research that I've done has suggested that would be a good move to make. I don't have it every day, gosh no, just when it kind of can naturally fit into a meal, then I'll add that in. And yes, so that's all I've had, and I'm finishing today on 10 sins. So I just thought I would show you my little book that I'm using. I've got this wellness planner, and I actually got it from Aldi in 2020, and the only reason I know that is because I filled out like 1 page. It's really funny because obviously I have been struggling with my weight for a really long time, but it's been something that I've been trying to kind of get into the mindset to tackle for a long time. And since I got this planner, because I filled out like 1 day where I was then going to start like a weight loss journey, and it was dated the 2nd of March 2020, and obviously we then got wind that there was COVID in our area, and yeah, I went into like full panic mode, and then obviously we went into lockdown. I think it was the 19th of March, so literally like 2 weeks after I started this planner. And funnily enough, back then, all the way back then, I was saying ditch refined sugar snacks. That was the one thing I wanted to achieve that week on the 2nd of March 2020, and obviously that didn't happen. In fact, it went the complete opposite way because lockdown happened, and yeah, I think I did my health an awful lot of damage in lockdown actually, especially with like alcohol, and yeah, I don't think I did myself any favours. But sorry for the mess I look, by the way. I just had a quick bath, and yeah, in my dressing gown. Gonna go to bed soon. I think it's like about 9:20 now, and I'm exhausted. So anyway, I started filling this out again starting this week. It's a really nice little planner. So I'll show you a blank one, just because obviously some of the things I've written in there, I want to keep to myself. But basically it's really nice. It's got the date and then this week's mantra. And this week on mine, I did put be kind to myself. I haven't really vlogged very much recently, but yeah, I have just been kind of really struggling emotionally, just not really sure the exact reason, just being sort of, I don't know, just been kind of flat, and just, yeah, I would say it's only really been the last couple of weeks. I think the delay, or what I see as the delay in like healing up after my operation, has kind of been quite difficult, and I've got to prepare for radiotherapy and all of this. I think it's all just weighing really heavily, so I thought this would really help. I'm going to fill this out like every day. I'm carrying it around with me. It's a really nice thing to have to hand actually. And then it says, I'm grateful for, so you write a few things you're grateful for that week, and one thing I want to achieve this week. And then for every day of the week, you've got like a little box which says plans, but you can just put anything in there, and then a face for each day. And then over this side, some doodles. I've been putting in there like if anything specific has happened, that's what I would put in there. Have I had enough sunshine, daylight, social interaction, sleep, water, relaxation time? And then in me time, I can put listen to, read something, watch something, do something. And yeah, it's just a really nice moment of reflection. And I'm carrying this around with me. And then at the back, it's got, I'm doing this for me. And then it has like a meals section. It has like days of the week. And then breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, exercise. And then it's got the cups of water you can colour in. I'm just basically keeping a list of my sins in there. And yeah, just if my healthy extras and stuff, just so that I know where I'm at each day. And so I'm just going to sit here and fill out today's. But I filled out today's sins. I had 2 sins on the Yakult, 2.5 on flax seeds, 2 on a yogurt, hot chocolate was 2, oil, avocado oil in dinner was 1, and the meatballs were half. So I'm finishing on 10, which is really good. And I'm actually really chuffed with that, because today has been a really good food day. And yeah, it's definitely given me a bit of a lift, because yeah, like I say, I've just been really struggling. So there's some stickers at the front of this as well, which I think I'm going to use one just to like brighten up my day. They're just really cute. It's all a little bit like, I don't know, it feels a bit teenagery, but it's just, I think it is just what I need right now, just to have it to hand. So yeah, I think that's going to be it now. I'm not going to eat or drink anything else. And I've just prepped my food for work tomorrow. And yeah, so I feel like I'm on the right track. So I'm going to leave that there. Thank you as always so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.